Oh, flight boss, bitch, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind Eminent Terry's Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, I want to talk about parents. You know what I'm saying? Now, I want to talk about parents. Now, y'all know I'm not gonna talk about it in the same way how everybody else talk about it, because I'm not under no realm of reality, illusion, or light. So I'm gonna talk about it in the way Archangel Uriel talk about it, and I may be out the norm. But overall, it's unique and original, and it's not a concept that need to be taken deaf ear to because it's actually what's really going on. Now, when I say parents, oh, I know, I probably see you scratching my head. I know y'all probably say I got the Medusas back, you know what I'm saying? But at this stage, the wave cap must stay on and the hat must stay on. I've been through this stage before, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know the niggas with the little dreadlocks. I got the Medusas though. But just the small braid, the small dreadlock stage. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's a stage where the wave cap must stay on. But check this out though. When we want to talk about parents, see now, let's look at it in this perspective. Say you have a child, right? And the child come out acting just like you, right? What this means is when that child was within you, that child was almost like a universe. that child became that child became a universe within you. You see what I'm saying? Because one step from a universe, which is like the ninth dimension, is a galaxy. That's the eighth dimension. So an eighth dimensional conscious or vessel is a galaxy, and the eighth dimensional way of looking at things is um, soaking in the time and experience of the fruits and labor. You see what I'm saying? Of what you have of your creation. So it's almost like all chakras being lit in so many ways. So right here, when we want to talk about a parent, when you have a child that act exactly like you, spitting image, look just like you, this, that, and the third, that child was the overall idea. Now, when we get to pick and choosing between two parents, if that child act more like the father, right, and it's like a spitting image of the father, it became a universe or like close to it, a galaxy in that being. If it act close like the mother, like look like it and act close to identical, it became close to like a galaxy in the universe. So that being, that child that you had, that's coming out exactly like you, had experienced all dimensions and all vessels in your body. I mean, your child was a, or you, if you act just like your mother or you act just like your father. When you was in your father, you was a heart. You was every planet. You was every chakra. You was every cell. You became every. You traveled through all systems. You was in the feet at one point in time. You was in the shoulder at one point in time. You was a cell. You became an organ. You became all these things to the point that the totality idea of you that you have built up and worked on. And a lot of times it play out like this: a person who get an idea to do something, right? And this is something that they always want to do. Like with me, I always want to kick consciousness and I always want to make music. So it's a being in me or outside of me that's making me resonate with that frequency. And by me only experiencing that being, if that's something that I'm always doing, that being is taking the totality of me. You see what I'm saying? So when I create and bring something into this world, it's that being. Let's go. Let's digress though. Let's talk about the motherfucking Now you, if you act more like your father, then you became everything. But say you don't act nothing like your mother, or you just got pieces of her. You always gonna have a certain piece of your parents. But say you just act something like her, then that mean you wasn't powerful in her. You was just powerful enough to be consciously aware enough to get to become in this world. But you wasn't, and then same way and vice versa. if you don't act nothing, if you act just something like your father, but act majorly like your mother and things of that nature, then when you was your father, you wasn't that powerful. You didn't experience all dimensions and all levels, but you was just powerful enough to get where you had to go when you transform. You just had the right frequency vibration that you traveled on the right thing. And then just like here in this realm of reality, some people just go with the right flows. You got certain people who like, say, a lot of people who get people into yoga, right? You might not know why you got into yoga, but you just got onto a right flow. So that yoga may get you onto being something greater within this being than someone else in this being. And how you would know that is because you're more consciously aware of the beings you around. So you may end up being the person who's doing yoga, who's into astrology, who's into philosophy, you see what I'm saying? That's how it works. So in so many ways, it's like, that's when you have a child that's just like you. Now, that's rare. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a child may show strong qualities of each parent, but a lot of times it's because a child stayed in a certain chakra. So, say you come out, you when you get aggressive, or your passions and your desires may be like your dad's, but but the things that you love and appreciate and value, you may resonate more with the stuff that your mom love and appreciate, value, and relate to. So when you was in your dad, you may have stayed in the Mars planet, aka you stood in whatever chakra was related to how we look at Mars here. You see what I'm saying? When you was in your mother, you may lived in the chakra that relates to how we look at Venus here. You know what I'm saying? If you are a person who are you may look at growth and stability and nurturing things and caring for things the same way that your mom do, right? You may have stayed in the earth chakra in your mother. You see what I'm saying? And say you might have a lot of ideas, and you may be consciously aware of, and you may think a lot like your dad, right? You may access and channel the sun a lot when you was in your dad. So you channel where your dad brain and eyes was at a lot, and how he seen out into the world, right? When he ain't see out, he was receiving light. So when it went into you, the information that you was receiving. Remember I was saying in my one video how everything is like a drain? When you was receiving in him, that's what you was kind of receiving the same kind of thing, because you're getting consciously aware. So now let's talk about when you're nothing like your parents, right? Now this goes into within things, right? If you came into this world and you act nothing like your parents, then this means that your parents have viruses. Now I don't mean STDs or things of that nature, but it could play like they could have been not just STDs, like your parents could have been eating a lot of the wrong things, just doing a lot of the bad things, and taking in a lot of foreign things into themselves, right? To the point that you coming out, you going in as without as within, right? You might not be from this universe, aka you ain't from this universe now. That's why you ain't got thoughts and ideas the same way like me. You want to neglect the sun and shit that you under. The same way, if you don't act like your parents, then you foreign to them. You got into them by something that they ate, something that they swallowed. You might be a swallowed cum from somebody that your parent didn't even like. You may be a piece of sperm that, you know what I'm saying? It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? Something that your parent heard, that your parent must have been. It's a without within thing. So your parent didn't go within a lot. Your parent got affected by the without realm a lot. AKA your parent part was naive. Your parent part was easily taken advantage of. Or if not taken advantage of, your parent part. This is why when people have strong parents with strong morals, they end up having strong parents. People who all over the place, it's because their parents was all over the place. You see what I'm saying? They was getting enticed. They was followers. You see what I'm saying? They probably had stuff on their mind always from other people. Always worried about other people. They let other people tell them what to do. They had other people's thoughts and ideas on their mind more than their own. They didn't have more conviction of their own. So you're foreign. You may be someone else's just thought in general that don't have nothing to do with sex. You may be an idea that somebody gave your mom or dad. And then, say for an example, you may be like, I don't like, all right, let me get into personal, right? Now, I ain't no crack baby, right? But my dad was doing drugs in the middle of having me, right? So look at it like this. My dad was high, having high thoughts. The cocaine, crack he was taking was foreign, no. So your ideas and thoughts in that time is high as hell. But when you vibrating that high, that's a without, not a within. You're not going within and getting high off your own DNT and all that. You took something external, something foreign, and got high, right? So your frequencies that he was vibrating at, the thoughts and ideas he was receiving was high ass thoughts, right? So here I come, right? I'm foreign as hell. Like I didn't even come from inside. I came from outer, right? So that the thought of flight boss came in that motherfucker, right? Then he got that shit, right? So as he high get on crack, you know how realms of realities that may take you through and shit like that, right? So the feelings and vibrations and the ideas, thoughts that boom, he start getting from a nigga like me, right? I probably start having that nigga hide in closets and shit. It ain't funny, but you know what I'm saying? When you from the hood and when you really experience and then but you understand life, things is this silly. You know what I'm saying? But it's real. So as these hot thoughts you got, right? A nigga like me consumed them. AKA people who are in drugs in their life, anybody, drugs consume them, right? So it become a vibration that they want to do every day, right? So me, I became the high idea that this nigga wanted to do every day, right? So when he has sex and fuck, I'm basically the one on his mind, but I'm basically the one that correlated that. So I'm foreign. I'm not from this universe. You see what I'm saying? Period. Like, since what I'm doing now, I've always been doing that. So since I'm in here with y'all now, I'm still able to say I'm not from this universe in the totality of things. You get what I'm saying? So as it went out into the womb, right? Like I'm far out from the center of Milky Way galaxy and Sagittarius E and shit. You see what I'm saying? Now I became the totality. So basically, I became everything in this motherfucker. Like I took over this motherfucker. They do all kind of crazy shit to make sure we stay there. You know what I'm saying? So I can get developed. You know what I'm saying? This is real shit. This is real shit. Now, had sex with my mother, right? Boom. Now I went into that realm of reality. I'm in 2D now, right? So boom. I'm vibrating hot air, but you know what I'm saying? Is still outer. See, I don't want to get into the characteristics of too much of my parents because I don't want y'all dissecting my parents and shit like that. But you can probably get a ramification of where I'm getting at once I'm done with this. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, once I got into my mother, now I'm vibrating, but it's like I've been brought down from being high. So in their just out in their life. I'm not experienced the 3D realm yet. I'm not in 3D. I don't have a bigger vessel yet. I'm not consciously aware of what they're consciously aware of yet. Right? It's going to play out in situations of them arguing, them getting situations together, things not being right, things not because it's so with me, right? I'm high, but then I come into a low. So once I'm in a realm of reality from a highness, right? I'm nervous. I'm worried. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure of this. I don't feel like I'm from here. You know what I'm saying? I can't create the way I could create here. I can't do so. Either if it's dealing with fear or whatever, it's still a high vibration because the idea and thought is so high. So many thoughts I'm having is making me vibrate high. So it doesn't matter what frequency I'm vibrating on in that 2D realm of reality of my mother. I'm still vibrating very high. You see what I'm saying? But I'm vibrating high in a lower realm. You see what I'm saying? Getting ready to take a bigger vessel that may appear to seem like a higher realm where it really ain't. You know what I'm saying? So now it's almost like I'm foreign to her now. It's foreign. It's like, cause she may have higher thoughts in her head, like, man, who the fuck? Why I was fucking with this cat, or who was this, or this, that, and third. So it's like I'm foreign to her. So she having all these thoughts, like I'm gonna have a baby, I'm about to have another child. You know what I'm saying? The circumstances, the situation she was in. So with me, that's how it's playing out through me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, am I supposed to think like this? Am I supposed to think like this in this type of realm of reality? Or am I tripping? You know what I'm saying? So boom, once I come into the 3D realm of reality, now as a whole, to be able to see them in their face, now I can understand my place and understand their place. Understand how I'm older and how they may be younger. Understand, you know what I'm saying? So now me don't act nothing like, completely nothing like, I mean completely nothing like my parents, right? So, but the reason how I was able to come to that conclusion is because I'm well versed and I'm experienced and I've been through a lot of experiences now, and I'm not from this universe. So the universe I come from is made up of different things. It's different concepts, different illusions. It's from a different idea. And I don't want to bring to this because it sounds silly, but it is what it is. Since the way I came into this universe was and y'all probably thinking like, hey, Dolo, we not in your dad, so you can't say when you came to this universe that, look, that's another video. But you need to understand, if we're able to relate in some type of way, we're in the totality of something that's even greater than a verse. This is how we can know where we at and where we not at. You see what I'm saying? So let's not get into that yet, because that's another video. But for the most part, how I can say I'm not from this Pacific universe is because I'm foreign. Now, how I got here is through a smoke and inhaling from something external, not internal. Now, that external thing was created. Now, I hate to bring this back, but I'll say let's cocaine drug, right? Now, that's not just, it wasn't just engineered, it was created, but it was actually not created in the same way as a vessel or something like that was created. So think about it. Think about all the ideas that you have. You got an idea to create some marijuana, right? But you don't know how to grow marijuana. Like, you can't magically create a marijuana seed. You can only go get seeds and create strands, right? But the seed itself still had to be created. So whatever consciousness and whatever dimension created that, see, what you creating now is just this like electricity, right? How you turn on electricity and turn on your lights. You're doing something in a lower degree, lower dimension that something higher can do in a way easier form. So the same way how you can create things here is the same way how things that created seeds for like trees to grow. And trees, it's just a higher conscious, higher realm of reality. So I come from the idea of I come from the universe of a group of beings that had ideas that they creations and ideas was in the realm of reality of, they knew how to create seeds in a higher dimension, not in your dimension, lower dimension of you just planting seeds. Yeah, that's that realm of reality. You know how you plant seeds, like doing something that you like and exercising it, like starting to practice on it. Like, say you want to learn how to do karate, so you take karate classes. That's planting seeds to be a karate, to have a black belt, right? That's the realm of reality. That realm of reality is the conscious beings who live there, who embody that, who know how to create seeds to the point that when it gets to your realm of reality, you just physically see seeds, but you don't actually know how to create a seed. You see what I'm saying? But you do, just on a smaller dimension. Now, I'm trying to give you so you can understand my concept. I come from a universe, from the group of beings that their creations was these kind of creations. Like, they're creating water. They're creating seeds. They're not using water. They're not using seeds. They're not lower dimension. You see what I'm saying? So when you smoke, we say you smoke weed all day, right? And the ideas and thoughts that you have, those kind of going to be foreign. If you got those ideas when you was high, those kind of be foreign. So the seeds you develop. Now remember, the more you smoke, the lower sperm count you have, aka the lower spirit count. Those are spirits. Those are thoughts, ideas. Those are beings, consciousness. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you have to be aware. It doesn't necessarily just deal with smoking. Anything you intake in your body start to affect you like that. So it's almost like the more you take in, the more energy you take in, the more you got to resolve, the less spirit, energy, light, souls you have. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like you got to make sure you got to just, it's like, that's another video. But as far as when you don't act nothing like your parents, that's because you're foreign. Now your mother could have got a lot of ideas and thoughts from other people's, got geared towards and shipped away. You know what I'm saying? So when you come in and come out, you start, then you look at them the way you are, you start to be like, damn, I ain't nothing like that. How did I come out of this? This ain't my family, or things of that nature. That's why it really ain't. They took you in because of their misknowledge. So you could be here to teach them, because you may be in a galaxy, in a realm of reality that's far, far away from theirs, their location of galaxy. The galaxy you come from may be a higher location. You see what I'm saying? Especially, that's why you a crack baby or born or whatever you is like that. You have more chances of being foreign. And this is why if you look at it, broken homes, neighborhoods, and things of that nature, is always a breaking of the kids and the parents. Kids always break away from their parents. Their parents don't know how to take care of their kids and things of that nature. Because when you're in a neighborhood, there's so much foreign things going on. Foreign information, foreign foods, foreign language, foreign concepts, foreign laws. You know what I'm saying? All this plays in the whole totality of universe. So what you take in on any level, shape, form is gonna be, so just think about it. Think about how much you are like your parents, and think about how much you are not like your parents. That's how much you share their universe and how much you don't share their universe. And at the beginning of this video, I just explained how much a totality, how much you share about them, by how much you was of them inside. And if you nothing like your parents, is because you was completely foreign to their body. So you went into them from foreign concepts. You start developing in them from foreign concepts based upon what they allow to use them as a vessel. And y'all can build on this, and my soul group can build on this, because I may have knowledge, but a lot of times my knowledge is only can get you to the river. But a lot of times I be understanding that I can't use the cup and help you drink either, aka I don't be having the right words to say, aka I can't explain it the way I see it. But that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm happy to have a soul group, because we all can be together and build on this knowledge together to get a full understanding and have a full, and this is our first ways of fully coming together, fully bringing this rapture, and we all be consciously smart till we all experience a better world, a real heaven, not no heaven that these fake fictitious is trying to create, because that heaven and hell is the same thing. What I'm trying to take you to is the real heaven. The same way how you look at life now and you got pleasurable moments that you can sit back and be like, man, I'm glad, I appreciate living. I'm trying to take you to a higher state of that. It's nothing to be scared about. Same way you're not scared now to learn. If you watching this, flight boss bitch, goddamn, damn.